Good morning, Suzanne Joy.
Good morning, Deborah LeeAnn.
This is one of my favorite keys, even though it's really ugly and it's in my evolution space. And so it's a constant struggle for me, but I love this key. And would you like to introduce it?
So this week we are discussing Gene Key 34, and this is all written by Richard Rudd, but it's our contemplative process. Um, and what we're going to be talking about this week is the shadow state, the very human state of force. It can be self-effacing, and we'll talk about that, or bullish, one of the two. But out of that, the gift of strength comes. And then the Citic state, or the highest essence, is majesty.
Yeah.
Put that crown on.
Yeah. Um, it's funny because even saying the word majesty, my spine gets taller and yeah, I feel more grounded and centered. And it's interesting. I'm going to go backwards. Majestic, when you're in a space of majesty, I think of, I mean, we've seen how many movies, we've read so many books of somebody on the throne. They need something, it shows up. They ask for this, it's there. And that's what I find uh, fun about this is imagining stepping into that space of, oh, if there's anything I need, I just ask for it. If there's anything that, I don't understand and I just call upon find me an expert on that. Okay, perfect. So can we go backwards? Can we go from majesty back?
And then can we come back like a circle?
Oh, we can absolutely circle around. Yeah. So playing playing with that state, um, I know there's a lot of teachings around that, but do you want to go back into strength? Because that is a fun way. It's a different way of, it's not the masculine power. I can lift, I can bench 180 pounds. It's not that kind of strength.
Right.
Strength of knowing that I have got this, and there's something that's innate, it's built in. It's like looking at an oak tree. An oak tree doesn't go, "Hey, I'm big and heavy and watch how many branches I can have." It's just in its beauty doing her thing,
Mm-hmm.
and and that's the kind of strength. It's a very feminine, mystical, magical kind of strength. um
It's very flowing and receptivity. I like the analogy with the tree because it's flowing. All the nutrients are there, all the water's there, the sunlight's there. Just imagine yourself in that just inner strength
Yeah,
that
and
is,
grounded, and everything is here.
yeah. Um, and I love how he says that easy is right. We're not having to, push it forward. It just is a natural, innate beingness that we emanate. Um, I
That's a
was,
good one to contemplate. Sorry, but I just feel like easy is right. I mean, sometimes my mind cannot wrap around that because we've been so enculturated to believe that you have to work hard to get to where you want to go. And it's like, really? The easy path? That sounds like so wimpy. I mean, I go to this judgy thing versus, oh, huh. And you were talking about why have I wanted this for 2 years and then it shows up in an hour on Saturday over the weekend. Bing, bing, it's there, done.
right. Yeah. And it's that certainty that's a cellular certainty. It's that relaxed state of being. And I also liked when I was listening to the 64 ways, just the concept of, it's like Aikido. It's that art of reconciliation, of being able to move with life And that is that strength. It's not brutality. It is knowing exactly your role in your space and being able to pivot and move where the energy is taking you.
Yeah.
Um,
And it's not like you're fighting with the energy, but if the energy is coming at you, you can turn around and go with it. You can step aside and let it flow by. It's an amazing, that whole course I did that was in an Aikido studio. We did a lot of Aikido exercises, and it's fascinating the energy of that and being able to close your eyes and feel when something's coming at you and go, or to take its arm and walk with it. Anyway, I love that analogy. Thank you. Easy is right. So let's talk about the shadow.
yeah, that shadow. I think we all have experienced that shadow in multiple ways, which is certainly the self-effacing, like, oh, I don't know anything. Give my really, relinquish my space and accept what other people lay down for me. Like that's just, it's almost feel like
Yeah.
acquiesce. It's
It's
just,
like giving somebody your power on a platter, going, okay, I give up. I'm not smart enough, capable enough, whatever. I want you, and in a lot of our religions, I want you to save me.
oh yeah, that salvation thing. Like, no. Yeah.
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 And so that's the self-effacing, but the bullish one, I really feel like our culture is very much this way versus I think the Eastern religions is much more laid back, letting things be. But we're all about, well, what are we going to do about it? And we just
Well, yeah. And if I've been bullish too. Like if I've felt challenged, like
yeah, when you're working on a project and you just keep work and you keep bumping up against the wall. I have a friend who actually literally when she was training, she would do that. She'd turn around and she'd walk into a wall and we're like, what are you doing? She goes, just living my life. And she just kept, and we were like, don't do that. And she's like, I know, but that's the only thing I know how to do. And I'm just going to keep moving until this wall moves.
well,
And
most
we're,
of the time with bullishness, you get furious when
Mhm.
somebody challenges you. Gee, does that ring a bell to anybody? Like what's happening in our world right now? um,
And
but it is.
there's no room for anything going any way but your way, you know? And but to keep pushing at something that isn't right, that's what we've all done that. We've tried to make a pathway work for us. And one of these we finally wake up and go, "Oh, wait a minute. Maybe that path over there is better. Oh, the easy one? The
Yeah.
easy."
Yeah, it makes it. I get back to energy efficiency. It just does not compute. You get worn out. It's exhausting, expending so much energy. I think all the years that I felt as though I was pushing a boulder up a hill in a mudslide. Like having to do something for it. The other analogy that keeps coming up is, trying to fit a square peg in a round hole. Like you're whenever the word trying comes up.
Oh, yeah, he uses the Yoda thing from Star
Mhm.
Wars too. And I love that because and the whole thing of, you know, when you're trying, you're not doing, and you're not doing, you're expending all that energy and it's like running in place. Oh,
Right.
good one.
So just being in that space, you can feel okay. If you're feeling as though you are forcing something, back off, observe it, find out where the energy wants to flow, and pivot and move in a direction that feels much more at ease.
And where the life force, or what do they call it in Star Wars? May the force be with you. Because when we stop, and that is and it's proven now if you're running up against an issue, which for me lately has been tech issues, sometimes I just have to get up and walk outside, go water the plants or something, and then the solution, like, but bing, here I've been spending an hour trying to get to this thing and it's not working, or 5 hours or whatever. And then you step away, grace gives you the answer. And then it's just like, oh, here's the answer. That's much easier.
Yes. Do you want to tune into the mudra?
Yes. So in the mudra, we cross all of our fingers like we typically do, and we take our index fingers and have them. It always reminds me of, remember the steeple when you do the church, except for I guess you did that inside. So anyway, so your fingers are up, and there's two ways to do it. You can cross your right thumb over your left, which is if you want to bring forth and generate more masculine strength within you, your energy of creating, moving forward, all of that? Or do you want to flip it the other way and put the left thumb over your right and bring forth more feminine energy? And then you just breathe. And you can switch partway through if you want. And if you're standing, you want to make sure that nothing is locked. Notice if there's any constriction in your neck, your face, your shoulders, just everything, let it go into your hands. Feel the mudras, magic, or whatever the meridians it aligns with that brings this forth into our system. This to me, you and I used to always talk about energy management system. This to me is like the thermostat that like brings you back into, or calibrates
Mm-hmm.
us, right?
Yeah.
Um, I love that. And you have a fun new deck of cards we get to play.
Yeah, I did. I got a new deck. It is, this deck is called Sweet Ass Affirmations, number 3. More motivation for your creative, mystical mind.
Nice. And
So,
play with that because I think also very often I don't know very many queens and majesty folks that were embodying that were fun loving. What if we were to change that?
exactly.
I
Like,
mean, and be creative, creatrix energy with majesty, Let's
yeah.
let's play there. Yes, please.
Middle?
Sure.
Hmm. Oh, hey there. I am a genie of my experience. I allow pleasure to explore out of my lamp.
Yes. Get out of that lamp. That is like the force, right? We're trying to do something,
Yeah.
we can't be ourselves inside that lamp. I love that.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking, since this pulse is something that we're all collectively feeling, how can we play with this energy during this time for the next week or so? How do we get to notice where we're forcing, where we're, you know, needing to pause, where we can make the choice of easy is right, and step
Yeah.
into our
I
magic.
love the fact that it says um, fantasy is real, pleasure is omnipresent. You are sensual, and your Kundalini awakens, and the resistant gremlins want you to believe these powers are fairy tales and that you are not a fairy. But those scoundrels are full of lies and illusion. The truth is, you are a fairy, a wizard, a warlock, a witch, and a master creator of your story. The fairy tale is as real as you write it and play the part. You are power packed with wings, magic, miracles, and the most potent potion of all, love. You
Oh,
break the rules. You break the rulers, not just the rules. You are the genie of your experience. You shall not be tamed or kept in a lamp. Own the pleasure that is rightfully yours, like traveling, dancing, and celebration. Sensuality is the core of your creative and sexual energies, and lean in and feel your passion explode.
I love that. Yes, please. Who are
Majesty, put on your crown, ladies and
okay?
gentlemen.
And dance into it. All
Yes.
right. Thank you. Thank you all for
Thank
being
you.
here. Let's play with Majesty this week, shall we? It might just change the energy on this planet if we all started dancing in that.
Love to you.
Peace.